After her husband is taken by the Brazilian military under the pretense of giving a talk, the matriarch of this large family is forced to juggle two lives as she tries desperately to locate and bring her husband home whilst hiding the cruel reality from her younger children. Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, your movie apprentice, and today I am looking at I'm Still Here, starring Fernanda Torres and Shelton Mello. This is a film that has been nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards this year, and it has been praised heavily for Fernanda Torres' performance. And I will say, Fernanda Torres delivers a truly special performance. She has to go through so much in this movie, trying to stay calm, collected, dignified, putting on a happy, nothing has changed face when it comes to her children, especially the younger ones, trying to convince the older kids to not give anything away to the younger kids, and just goes through a whole lot of mental stress and anguish throughout this film's runtime, and seeing her conducting her own investigation into why her husband hasn't returned and how long she has to go through this extended period of just suffering as she tries to bring him home. This is based on a true story that I did not know going into this, but about halfway through, I figured out that this feels like it's probably a true story. And Jesus Christ, after seeing Argentina 1985 and now this, like living in South America a few decades ago must have been absolute living hell, like absolute hell. Speaking specifically about the movie, this is a film that captivates you in its slow unraveling and the performances on screen, because this ain't a film where anything dramatic happens. There's no special task force investigating this. This is all one woman going off her own back to try and bring her beloved home, whilst the kids are going through normal stuff. They will come in wanting to grab a football to go out and play with their friends, whilst the military men are in the house. So they have to stay, but they have to gloss over and lie to their kids about who these individuals are, seeing the conversations they have with the people that the father was connected with, and the true scale of what they were involved in and how deeply they were involved compared to what this Brazilian military believes they were involved in. It's just some powerful stuff, and it is just really carried by this performance. It is a film that absolutely floored me. For me, my only real issues with the movie is that it does drag on a little bit in the final 20 minutes or so. The way the film depicts the dictatorship and what the people had to go with, how much they had to bite their tongues when it came to certain individuals. So seeing characters occasionally explode and go beyond what was expected from their position, I thought it was really strong. It is just a film that is carried by its slow burn tension and the performance by Fernanda Torres. Like, this performance, I cannot overstate it enough, just how strong this performance is. And it is well worth that nomination that she is receiving at the Academy Awards. This is a film that is filled with a sadness hid behind a mask of smiles and joy. That is the overriding theme of this film. Coping and struggling through hardships, putting on a double life between reality and the world that we want our kids to inhabit before they experience the true harshness of the real world. I absolutely loved that element of it. The younger kid, like all the children in this were just great in their roles, in their jobs, and bounced off Fernanda very well. Like, you really bought this family. You really got a full scale picture of just how censored the world is. Like, one of the children is over in the UK studying, and they are seeing a lot of news articles about their own father's disappearance, whilst the kids that are on ground level that are there while their father is missing have no idea the true scale of what has happened. So having that conflict of these older children that are very much getting into that student era political stuff, where they are very caring about what is actually going on in the world, versus the mother who is trying to protect the younger children from that world. I thought that element was really strong. This is a film that really struck a chord with me, and it is a beautiful film. It's a film that is a lot of talking, a lot of tension building, but for me, sometimes films just need that human element, that human connection, and that is what this film is. This is a very human story depicting real events, a real story, a real tragedy, a real loss, and Fernanda Torres is the magical jewel that ties it all together. Before I get into my grade, if you like something on the channel, click that like button and subscribe for more video reviews that's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's grade this one. I Am Still Here is a beautiful movie. It is a fantastic movie. It's human story, it's depiction of real history and what it was like from the perspective of someone on that ground level and their quest for justice, for closure over the intervening years. It's a very powerful story, and the special performance that holds it up elevates this film beyond another slow burn that doesn't really go anywhere. And for all those reasons I have listed, I'm gonna have to say for me that I Am Still Here is a great cup of tea. So I'm still here. Have you seen it? If you haven't, then you thought down in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed for more video reviews, video essays, rankings, and other stuff coming all the time. So back on the channel, we still have our predictions for the Oscars to come up, and I'm debating if I should do a couple of penalties if I get less than a certain amount right at the Oscars. So stay tuned for that. I've not decided yet, but I feel like it'll be a lot of fun and has a little bit of spice to the awards race. Until next time, everybody, I am Josh, I have been with the Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.